What's up, ladies and gents? I'm Legion217. I'm here with Andrew Hester,
Hi.
and we are doing our very first movie review. So, which is Star Wars: The Last Jedi,
Wait, not Jumanji?
not Jumanji. Are we just gonna do this entire spoilers, or we're gonna try and not spoil for like 5 minutes and then spoil the rest?
Uh, how can you not talk about the movie without talking about the
I
spoilers?
mean, it's
Because
impossible. It's really impossible. I tried.
overall, I liked it. Like,
Yeah,
I know there are some things that obviously, as nerds, we're going to nitpick, but overall, I liked it.
yeah. Same with me. I really, really enjoyed it. For me personally, I didn't watch a single trailer until today. Until after I watched the movie, I did not see a single trailer, so I had no idea what was gonna happen. And like the only spoiler I had was the walkers and the Hoth-like planet. I'm doing air quotations right now. Um, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's gonna be Empire Strikes Back again." I'm like, "Well, thank you for spoiling that for me. Now that's the one thing I'm looking for throughout the entire movie." But besides that, nothing else was really spoiled. So yeah, spoilers.
Whereas I'm the complete opposite. I saw all the trailers, I heard all the fan theories that have been out there, and so when I went in, I had certain expectations like, oh, Snoke is going to be this all powerful. And he was. Like, you just see him. He doesn't even use his hands most of the time. Like,
Mm-mm.
in episode 6, you even see the Emperor raise a finger, then Luke's shackles just fall off. But then here, you see people get thrown around, and Snoke's not even lifting a finger to do that. It's
I
like,
know he's so powerful,
but the way
but
he spoiler alerts. We should. You know what? I'm just gonna have my thumbnail just say
yeah,
spoilers,
spoiler. It's just gonna be spoiler all over the page. It's
and if
great.
anyone says I didn't see the movie, well, that's their fault. But
Yeah.
he dies like a punk. Like he's going on and on like the villain. I was
Oh,
saying
it's
before the
so
time,
it's
like,
not satisfying at all. I wanted
bro, it was
more. I
kinda,
wanted
but
more.
it was
Snoke. I
so.
I was very interested in Snoke because we finally see him in person, and
Uh,
damn, does he look fancy.
not only that, but he is massive, and I'm not talking the size of his dick. Like
Wait, what?
his hand.
You saw that? Where were you looking?
Shut up. Like the size of his hand was the size of Ray's entire head. Like,
I was about to say, are you gonna say fist? Because I think that I think that defeats the purpose. But anyways, yeah.
and demonetized. But
Oh man.
like, you just see like he stands like, oh, like if Vader was in the room, it kind of looked like he dwarfed even Vader,
Mm,
or he would have.
the new Darth Vader.
But then he just rants like Palpatine, and then Kylo like nonchalantly, like I saw the Anakin lightsaber start turning, and I'm just like, oh, is this
No.
how? Wait,
Yeah, that was the same one. I was like, no, no, no.
no,
Okay,
no,
Snoke, you're
not
better than
going.
this. You're gonna
And
sense
then,
it. Please give me that 180. Also, guys, this is 180. The movie is
oh,
nonstop, like flipping. Like, oh, you think this is gonna happen? Wrong.
oh God,
It was
yeah,
that
it's
the
like you
entire time, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I thought that was
like
gonna be another moment of this,
like
but
I
it
like
wasn't.
yeah, it's like as I said, I saw all the trailers and the fan theories. People thought that Snoke was regenerating himself, which I think he kind of was, but not consuming the lives of people like Darth Nihilus. But I think he was just regaining his strength, but that's kind of fan theory territory right there.
Yeah,
But he does look better. Like
yeah.
some of his scars seem to be healing very nicely. I'm
Oh,
like, oh well.
at the
Yeah.
beginning when he projects. Oh
Oh
my
God.
god! First of all, that was really funny. Second of all, I was just like, "Hello, Darth Smeagol." That was my
Uh,
immediate reaction every time I see him. Like, Darth Smeagol.
it, well, if anyone's seen the movie, will know that Hux almost destroys the resistance, but then Snoke contacts him because he missed a few ships,
Mm-hmm.
and so he's like, "Ah, very good. Send him to my private chambers." And then he just appears
Boom.
in the middle of the bridge. With you don't see it's just his head, and his head takes up the entire floor to ceiling, and he just berates him, and then uses the Force to literally drag him across the floor.
Oh
Pissed
my
off.
gosh. It was so honestly. I know a couple people were like, they didn't like the jokes. For me, when I watched this, it was 7 a.m. and there was only 8 of us in the theater, in this huge theater, and we're all just like clumped up in the middle because those are the best seats.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm gonna actually go see it again tonight at like 6 p.m.
Third time
With
for
one of my
you.
friends because no one was there to see it with me, so I didn't really get to have that kind of like uh, I guess
Mutual
theater moment
connection.
where you just have all these people just enjoying it and having the hype and all that good stuff. But so I'm gonna get that kind of reaction tonight. But just by myself, I very much enjoyed it. I was laughing at most of the jokes. Um, there's some things, especially in the very beginning, I just did not believe. I was saying BS the entire time, which was when what was
Space
his
battle.
what was his name? Paul
Poe Dameron.
Poe. Yeah. So when he goes on the X-wing, one the when he contacts the dreadnought, or
Oh god, that was
I was
hilarious.
like, oh my gosh, this is great.
I kind
Don't
of
worry, I'll hold.
expected when, yeah, where he's like, "Don't worry, I'll hold." It's like I'm like, "Oh, he's just trying to distract him," but then no, he's trying to charge up his what? His afterburners or something.
He's trying to charge up something. I'm just gonna say afterburners, and just like
Well, that's
close the distance on him. He's just what did the other guy say to the admiral? It was he's just like
uh,
I can't remember exactly what he says, but he pretty much like he's just pulling your leg. He's just messing with you,
yeah.
and it's like just fire everything kind of moment. And next thing you know, boop, I'm right here. And then this is the point where I'm just like, okay, I don't really believe this would really happen. He starts taking out all the guns on the dreadnought,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, you would think this thing would have shields or something, or
Well, actually, that brings us to the next point, which like we all seen what you call it? Oh, the Battle of Endor. Like all the close up fighting and then the ships like damaging each other, and it's like, why don't the Imperials ever have their shields on? But
mm-hmm,
then as the battle progresses, it gets to this point where it turns into a sublight chase, which kind of makes sense because the resistance ships seem less weight massive, so
mm-hmm,
they can go a little bit faster, but at the same time it's like, really, this is the fate of the resistance,
mm-hmm,
running at
running.
sublight speed.
Yep, sounds
But
like a trilogy I used to know. Honestly,
but
that's
then
that's another kind of disappointment. Yeah,
I wasn't done.
go ahead.
Like we see the long range fire from the First Order shooting the Radis, the main uh, resistance cruiser, and then like we just see the shields, and it doesn't look like it's right next to the ship. Like we even see Kylo like flying and destroying parts of the Radis. So it's like maybe the shields are only for turbo lasers, which is what we know as ray shields. So laser fire from a distance is totally negated, but if you get too close, then you completely ignore the shield. Like I still don't know how fully that works, but at the same time it makes so much of the battles make more sense now.
Yeah.
Like like do you watch Star Wars Rebels?
Oh yeah. I caught up.
Cuz do you remember the mid-season finale where spoiler for that, but then again this
This entire
entire
thing
video is
spoilers.
spoilers. Like in the battle above Lothal,
Mm-hmm.
one of the not Republic, Imperial light cruisers rams that Star Destroyer, and you're just like, whatever happened to shields? When
Mm-hmm.
it's like, they're ray shields. very few times do you actually see particle shields
Yeah.
active. So it just cuts that Star Destroyer's bridge off, and you're just like, impressive, but what?
What?
So it does somewhat raise the whole idea of what shields do in Star Wars and how they behave, which
Yeah.
I thoroughly wanted to see. Speaking of what I wanted to see, the supremacy arriving in the battle. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Hello, gorgeous.
I knew its size, but to see a 60-kilometer, essentially a B-2 stealth bomber just arrive
Right?
above.
Yeah, that's me what
Oh,
I thought too. A freaking B2 stealth bomber comes up. I'm like, yep.
like,
That
you just see the massive ship come out above the other First Order ships, and you just, it's like, it just reinforces when the Resistance looks at the battle, like that battle map, the 3D battle map, that which I thoroughly loved.
mhm.
But you just see it appear on their screens, and they're like, "Oh shit, that's Snoke's ship." Yep, you done fucked up.
You done fucked up. Oh man. Oh, I want to go back to the very beginning real quick. The I'm trying so hard not to call them the rebels. The resistance bombers.
Oh god.
Those things, I really like the bombs when I first saw them because I was like, yeah, that's really Star Warsy. Because I remember in the Clone Wars series they had those kind of bombs as well. There's
Mm-hmm.
just a round bomb and then just a red ring around them and just ring. I was like, yeah, I like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah,
And then they all get
kind of.
destroyed.
Oh, well, I mean, the thing that didn't make much sense to me was the size of the bombers. Like, we're used to Y wings. Like,
Yeah, I was
yeah,
like, this is a bit ridiculous.
it's like they're the size of a Corvette, and you're
Yeah.
calling it a bomber.
When I
mean,
heard bomber, I was thinking just Y wings.
yeah. Then you just see these slow, lumbering, heavy. Shit, I'd classify them as a frigate.
A little,
And then,
I think they're a little bit smaller than a frigate, but yeah, I understand where you're going.
well, technically, they're the size of a Corvette, but
Yeah.
like they're just very tall. So it's like, what are these? And then you see the bombs, and it's like, that's a lot of ordnance. Are these American?
Exactly right.
Just going off that stereotype that Americans just love their firepower.
Hell yeah. Oh
And
man.
I will say though, well, I don't know about your first viewing, but when I saw, I went directly after work, and like I was expecting it's going to be packed, and sure enough, it was. But I still somehow got a very good seat for myself. But yeah, the entire theater, which thankfully I liked, they were all laughing at the jokes. I don't know if
Hmm.
it was like peer pressure. I need to laugh, otherwise I look like I'm not a Star Wars fan. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, for
But I
me,
know I heard a few whispers, like the Dreadnought has that one weakness when it's like in Battlefront 2. Did you finish that all, by the way? The
nope,
DLC for it?
nope. I actually don't even have Battlefront 2.
Ah, well, I won't spoil that, but it does tie into what happens in the movie.
Okay.
But oh god, what else?
Okay. Fast forwarding to let's see. Crap.
There's there's one scene with
It's a 2.5 hour
Chewie.
movie. There's a lot to go through.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
oh. We have to talk about Obi-Wan. Oh, not Obi-Wan. He's not even in the
Yoda.
movie. Not even his ghost. Um,
Yoda.
no, not even Yoda. But we could talk about Yoda.
Well, we'll get to him, but
Uh,
there was a scene though. You remember when Chewie's about to eat his
Yes.
dinner, and then you just see
Yes.
those little creatures, and the what, like they're like looking at it, and then him,
they're like, why?
and it took me like 10 seconds for it to click. Wait, those are the same size as. Oh my God, Chewie!
Chewie.
Then you see the one with those big beady eyes, like
And he just
how
smacks it.
could you? It's
I was cracking up the entire time.
I was both
I was like,
cracking
please
up.
just eat it. Just eat it in front of him. Nope.
I was cracking up, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, that's so sad. That could have been their family. But yeah, I was really laughing at that as well. So that's my dark sense of humor.
Yes. Luke, that's what I wanted to talk about. Um,
I will say,
you just have this. You've seen the trailers. You've even the last movie. You're waiting to see his response. What is he going to do when he gets that lightsaber?
oh God, I loved it.
I was on the ground. I was just dead. What he does for all those who want to know the
We're
spoilers.
talking about spoilers. Basically, guys, what he does is he looks at his old lightsaber, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, I kind of expected him just based on the sense of humor. Like I kind of expected him to go, "Where's the hand that was attached to this?" But he looks at it, looks at Ray, and then he just tosses it over his shoulder and walks away. It's like, yes.
Yes, I was
And then
so excited when he did that. I was like, yes, and confused. I was like, what's going on?
to add to the hilarity of the situation, though, those little, what, I'm gonna look up what those creatures are because it's gonna probably trigger not only me but some people. But two of those little
Popes.
creatures walk up to that to the lightsaber.
One's looking
One stands-
directly into it.
One stands in front of the emitter. Another one is pushing the activation button, like trying to turn it on. And they're
I was
just
like,
looking at each other
please, please do it.
I was saying the opposite. I'm like, no, they're too cute.
I was. It was more of a mix for me. I was like yes and a no, but I was more heading on the yes. I was like, oh, this will be so funny if they do it. Come
Like
on.
you heard a lot of girls in my viewing. They're like, no.
Oh, great. But yeah, because I only had like 8 people in mind, there wasn't that many. Like
Yeah.
anyone saying anything. There was a lot of laughter, but besides that, there wasn't that much like whispering or talking, which you usually would have. Um, but yeah, those little guys are great. They're really cute. I actually think if you took them out of the movie, you would still have the same movie, but
Hmm.
it does have that little cuteness to it. So I'm like, I'll let it slide. I'll let it
Yeah.
slide.
That little creature is a porg. Apparently, it's
porg, yeah.
An avian creature, so it can fly. Which
I doubt it.
no,
With those
you
wings, I
actually-
doubt it.
Maybe not sustained flight, but they can at least get away quickly.
Like
They
a
do
frickin'
remind me
penguin.
of. I'm actually on the Star Wars wiki right now. They remind me of those creatures from the Old Republic, though. Those annoying things that infest the Ebonhawk later on.
I can't remember.
This is gonna eat me.
Listen to
But
the
we-
thumping.
Yeah, new keyboard. I plan to replace it. But oh, what else?
So Luke. Well, not Yoda. Crap. Try not to go to that part just yet. But yeah, Yoda's in here in ghost form. But Chewie, we knocks down the door.
Oh God! Like I expected Rey to have been the one. Like
That's
to
what I
show
thought.
her power.
I was just like, wait a minute, Chewie, you're here? Why are you here? I'm confused.
Where's Han?
Yeah, where's Han?
When he said that, you just felt your heartstrings like.
Oh,
don't
yeah, I
remind
was like-
me."
Chewie, where's Han? No. I was like, my heart, baby, come
Anyway,
back.
those little creatures from the old legends is the Ginza. For
Ginza.
Anyone who got triggered, or yeah, Ginska. Or,
Ginska.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but
Something I don't know. I don't know either. Oh man, but I do like how they kind of portray the Jedi in this, especially Luke when he was talking about them. He's talking about how they're hypocrites, and
oh God, yes.
I was just like, keep
And
going.
He even mentioned Darth Sidious. Like, it's like he knows.
Mhm.
Their hubris finally led to Sidious coming in and wrecking house, basically. Like, I did like that nod.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's talking about the, oh, like, you got that sense of, like, they're really going for the balance, like, using the dark side to, uh, oh, what is it? To blend with the light.
Mm-hmm. So
Like, it's
there's
not
balance.
this, like, which kind of pays homage to what I always was saying about the Force long before Disney took over, but where it a Jedi using Force lightning isn't inherently evil. Like,
Mm-hmm.
uh, what are they called? Defibrillators. Like, if you like the rub the things together and go clear, and then
Yeah.
like resuscitate someone. Like, what if you use Force lightning to do the same thing?
Right.
But oh, we have to talk about Yoda now. Now
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
brought him
Go
up.
ahead, go ahead.
Oh, the scene, like when Luke is about to set fire to that tree and the books inside,
Mm-hmm.
and he tells that to Yoda. Like when he looked up at the tree, I kind of thought he was looking at Anakin because that was one of the fan theories that was
Annie!
gonna. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Like we thought, I thought that it was going to be Anakin right there because he just looks up like in shock, like, and he looks up at the tree and he looks ashamed, and it's like, is Anakin right there? But he's a darker Force ghost just because of his past or something. But then
Mm-hmm.
Yoda, still using the Force, stops whatever storm was going on and sets the tree on fire with lightning.
Yep.
Like, that scene, and then the look on Luke's face, like, what have you done? And Yoda just saying, I did like the sense of humor of Yoda, like,
Mhm.
page turners, those aren't.
Yeah, I know. Real page turners, those are, right? Like, he is completely sarcastic and just. He's like, who cares? Pretty much, he's just like, who cares about these things? They're stupid.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah.
like that part was just really what clenched it. Like Yoda's, I don't want to say he was 1,000-year-old. I'm pretty sure he was like 980 something years old when he finally passed. So he's
Yeah.
got a lot of wisdom behind him.
Mm-hmm.
That he oversaw the fall of the Jedi Order.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got it.
his words of wisdom really kind of clenched it. Like Luke is still learning what he has to do or what his path is, and I was kind of impressed with how he appeared at the third act, even though I kind of felt like there could have been more.
Yeah, there could have been. I was actually expecting Obi-Wan to come in, or even Anakin.
Anakin. Yeah.
I was trying so hard not to say Darth Vader. I was like, he's not Darth Vader anymore.
Well,
Anakin to come back as a ghost because he was there. Also, how did you like how Yoda looked?
I thought it kind of looked as if he was one of the old puppets from the original
Yeah,
trilogy.
that's why I thought. And I was like, you know what? I actually kind of liked that. I liked how they kind of brought back to the whole puppet thing. I know a lot. I've heard a lot of reviews so far saying they really hated it. They're like, why does he look like that? I'm like, he looks like the puppet from back in the day. I actually really like that. I think that was a
I
really
do
good
too.
touch, in my opinion. But if you remember Rebels, when he comes back in Rebels,
Oh,
no,
God.
no,
No,
not that Yoda. Good
would've
God,
taken
I
the
have
Yoda-
no idea what that was.
I would have taken the Yoda from the Clone Wars
Mm-hmm.
series over the Yoda we got in Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
But that's
Anyways,
beside the But yes, I did like Yoda and how he was portrayed in the episode.
Mhm.
And then, as we said earlier, I can't believe we didn't talk about it, but after Snoke is killed, that lightsaber battle.
oh, dude, the Red Guard, kick ass. Well, they don't, but
Well, they kind of did. Like, there were a few scenes in which it's like, are they going to hurt the main, I can't call them protagonists because Kylo we'll talk about what happens to him.
pro and
But
antagonist. So, but when I saw the red guard, I was like, damn, these guys are gonna put some freaking hurt on. And then they kind of did. They kind of did. I was very excited when I saw that. And
like they held their own, and it kind of showed the power of both Rey and Kylo. Because,
mhm.
like, honestly, it seems like Rey only has a day of training, but at the same time, it harkened to, I forget who. Yeah, Yoda said it. We learn best from our failures,
Mhm.
and again, he should be the one to know that saying so well because, again, the Jedi Order fell
Yeah.
under him. And
And
so Kylo learned from his battle with Rey. Rey learned from what was it? Like she cut like she destroyed so much of the island that the caretakers were spending half their
oh
days
yeah,
like
we have to talk about the
fixing it.
caretakers. What are those things? They're all wearing like maid outfits.
And they're like cursing that they have to fix up after her and
Good yeah. When I first saw them, I was like, "Who the heck are you? Where did you
and
come
then
from?"
and then Luke explains caretakers and it's like okay makes sense because
Yeah.
they're fixing the hut and then the one with the wheelbarrow and then Ray cuts that
Poor thing.
boulder and
Yep.
then the thing just takes out her thing and her wheelbarrow and they just look up and there's Ray and it's like oh shit they really hate me now
Yeah, they're like, yeah. I don't think they really like me. Well,
and then
who would
Luke's like,
guessed?
yeah Luke's like I can't imagine why
Yeah.
which
Luke was
really
really
like,
good during this entire movie.
yeah
I very enjoyed it much.
I know one of those things I'm nitpicking, but that's probably because of what I expected
Mhm.
just from all the theories. Was Luke was supposed to be this all powerful, badass, Yoda esque fighter when it's like, no, he's recluse because he disappeared for a reason. Why he
Mhm.
left a map? Well, that's plot armor right there.
Yeah, it's just
But it's like he's a recluse for a reason because he thinks that he made another Vader and it's he doesn't want to repeat it again. But at the same time, we do see his power because he does a projection.
well.
When he
Let's
fights.
stop. Let's not go to that just yet. But
Oh, I still liked it though.
I still loved it too. We're gonna save that more towards the end because that was actually really cool. But he Luke does tell Ray that he is known as a legend,
Mm-hmm.
and for him, he thinks of himself as a failure, as you said, because he actually uh, he made Kylo Ren, and I like how they betrayed this. It was three different views,
Oh God, yes.
and I liked all of them. I was like, you saw his like, I guess his first view, like, oh yeah, I tried to like reason with him. He attacked me,
Mm-hmm.
and then destroy the temple and everything. And then Kylo, and then how Kylo and Rey start speaking with each other through the Force, and you later find out it's actually Snoke
Mm-hmm. That
connecting
bridge
them
the
together.
Force
Which I was like, why are they looking at each other in weird space? And I'm like, oh, they're talking to each other. Okay, this is interesting.
and the speaking of that, the scene in where Kylo's on the supremacy and it's raining on Octu, and you just see him look at his glove, and then there's water on there, and you're just like, what?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, did he? How did that even happen? I'm
And then
confused.
the
Did they like
final
teleport
scene,
to each other?
well, I'm not sure if it's actual teleporting or if it's like they're like, oh, what's
There's
a
too
good
many
analogy?
questions. Also, this is question the movie. Too many questions unanswered. Oh
Like,
man. Like, who is
but
Snoke? What is his power level? Is it over 9,000? Why is he wearing a dress?
it's a robe.
It's a
No,
satchel.
that's where you go. Why is Snoke in a bathrobe?
A golden bathrobe. But
But
oh, we
we
have
have
to
to
talk
say,
about Leia.
well, before we get to that,
Yeah,
we
go
have
ahead.
to say after after the battle, and then like Kylo, yeah, he has a definitive purpose, but he took a turn. Like
Mm-hmm.
he wants to rule the galaxy now, and like he's now the spoiler alert new supreme leader. And I did like how Hux is like, "What? You will not command my troops," and then he's just put in his place immediately.
Immediately, just
Like
oh my
really,
gosh, it was satisfying.
like really, people know of Kylo's temper tantrums. Like he's destroyed how many consoles now, and stormtroopers still go, "Oh shit!"
Yep.
Like when
Uh,
he destroyed his helmet and in that elevator, and then the two officers just stand at attention, the look of fear in their eyes as he walks by.
mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah. Oh, at the beginning he smashes his helmet,
Oh yeah,
and like Snoke's just like, take that ridiculous thing off. Takes it off. You see his scar and everything, and then uh, I think he called him a failure or something like that. And then he goes into
yeah.
the elevator and he just destroys his helmet, so you don't see it ever again.
Yep.
Um, I should really like that scene. Prepare my ship,
Yep.
and then yeah, that battle. That battle's
And then
fun.
yeah, then it goes into Admiral Akbar.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we
What
see
the
Admiral Akbar for like a screen time of like 5-10 seconds.
I was thinking more of a minute,
Yeah.
but talking for 5, I did not like how he died. Like he like he
Yeah.
gets sucked into space and you don't even register. I barely registered it before someone said Admiral Akbar, the rest of the leadership except Leia is dead, and you're
Yeah.
just like, wait, that was Admiral. He went out like a punk. The
Yeah.
new admiral, what's her name? Hondo?
Not Hondo. Some it started with an
I'm
H.
looking
That's
at.
all I remember. But yeah, the thing is, I thought Leia died, and I had peace with that. I was like, this is how she
I
dies.
did
Okay, I'm
too.
fine. And then they pulled the biggest freaking plot armor.
Yeah,
Just
she uses the Force. Like, I kind of suspected when it panned to her, and I was both conflicted and glad at the same time. Like, it
mm-hmm.
shows, yes, she knows how to use the Force now,
Yeah.
but how are they going to do Leia in Episode 9? It doesn't do her any justice.
Yeah,
It,
that and how did she survive that long in space?
well, it's actually a Force ability. I'm kind of glad it's canon now, where it's oh, Force. Oh, it's from the Old Republic. I'm actually on the wiki, so
Mm-hmm.
uh, give me einen Moment, bitte. Oh, we need to talk about Phasma too.
Phasma. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Uh,
Um,
I'm
God.
conflicted there too.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I don't think she's dead. I don't. I
Okay,
truly don't think she's dead.
She fell into a fiery pit.
So
It's
did.
dark.
Well, I was about to say so did Dark Maul, but it wasn't fiery.
Yeah, and her helmet was kind of destroyed. So if it wasn't pressurized before, well,
Yeah.
then
Well,
she's
I
gonna
don't
have a
know.
burnt
I
out
feel
body.
like I kind of feel like she's not dead yet. I really want to not watch read the book about her, and then because again they didn't do much with her, like at all. They did a little bit more in this movie, but
Yeah.
like the fight scene was good and everything. But I'm just like, why did you kill her off? If she is dead, confirmed dead, then why'd you kill her off as well so early? No.
And she went out as a punk.
Yeah.
Also, the admiral that it was Haldo.
Aldo. Okay.
Yeah, the one with the purple hair.
Yeah.
Where
Purple hair.
I liked her character. Like they,
I didn't very
I did,
much care for her that much. I just like
well,
I kind of understood her a little bit, it's, especially towards the end. But at the same time, I just didn't really care.
well. Here's my thought process. Like we saw that new planet that they try to get that slicer from. Like
Hmm.
all the rich people. Like I did kind
The
of like how they
casino
were.
scene.
Yeah, where they're talking about the wealthy that have profited that much was the warmongers, basically the arms dealers who turns out are selling to both sides because it's like, hey, let them fight each other. I'll sell
Yeah,
them the
stay
tools.
neutral, let them fight. Who?
And
Hmm?
basically, I heard a lot of whispers, and I was agreeing with them, where they actually thought that Holdo was a first order agent
Mm-hmm.
when like she's leading them to that like just trying to run in slip space until the fuel runs out.
Right.
Like I kind of like that kind of thing, but then it's twisted again where it's like no, she is in fact a diehard resistance fighter.
Yeah. Well, I kind
And
of thought
her
that too a little while because she wasn't saying anything. She was just like, "Yeah, we're just gonna stay course until fuel runs out."
though in a normal military setting, she would have said, "Hey, we're going to this planet, which is this itty bitty speck right now, but when we get there, like, I kind
Yeah.
for a movie, yes, it worked, but realistically speaking, she would have said, "We're going to this planet. Shut the
I don't know
f up."
why she didn't say anything.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's because they thought there was a mole on board or whatever, but oh, do you like the new technology they've made?
how you can determine where someone's hyperspacing
Yeah.
or going. I both like it and don't like it because it kind of ruins the suspense, but at the same time, new technology, and it was only on the supremacy, so we
Mm-hmm.
don't know how much power it requires. So it could be a while before it's mainstream. But as I said, I'm sort of conflicted.
Yeah, for me, I did like it because hey, new technology, they're still building and trying to figure stuff out. I thought they actually put a tracker on the ship, and that's how
I
they
kind
knew
of
where
wish
they
there
were.
was a tracker.
But it's it's a mixture of a tracker and a device on
Yeah.
the capital ship. So let's see.
But speaking of Holdo again,
Mm-hmm.
the whole Akbar slash Leia thing, I feel it should have been either Akbar because he's like, I'm getting too old for this shit kind of mentality where he is the one that rams this the supremacy.
Dude, I
Like
would have loved that
that
if Akbar was the one who did it.
or if it was Leia. Because again,
Yeah.
she I'm conflicted on Leia, but
Well, I don't think if it was Leia, it would. I've been like, okay, that's being a little bit too much. But
it had to have been Akbar then.
yeah, like right now, I'm like, yeah, Akbar would definitely fit that bill. Also, when Kylo is coming in, you see this in the trailer, and you see Leia looking at pretty much at the audience, and then you see
Oh
the
yes.
Kylo going in, and you see him having it on the finger. I was like, shoot it, shoot her, do it.
I was thinking, just do it. Do it. It's the only way he can really move on to be Kylo, but then
Mhm.
you just see, nope, he doesn't pull the trigger.
And
One
you
of
see his
wings do it.
two wingmen come in, and just boom.
But that scene though, back to the Radis ramming the supremacy,
Mm-hmm.
that moment when you saw how powerful hyperspace is
Mm-hmm.
to be used as a weapon like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was a ex machina thing, but at the
Oh,
same
yeah.
time, those 10 seconds of silence, like you just see the devastation it causes, and then you hear the boom.
Yep.
Like, oh god. That
Yep.
was
You're like, oh my gosh. And also, it didn't just. I'm not gonna say take out the what was it called again? The dreadnought
the supremacy?
supremacy.
The B2 or
Yeah,
are
the
you talking
B2.
the other? Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so the
that's the
supremacy.
supremacy.
So I don't think it really took it out. It definitely made unfunctional because it took
Yeah.
out like a wing.
Yeah,
But
it essentially cut it in half.
yeah, essentially cut in half. But it also took out multiple. Uh, what are the new Star Destroyers called?
The Resurgent class.
Resurgent class. Okay, it took like what 10 of those guys out as well.
Oh god. Yep.
I was just like, what in the heck? I thought you were just that's a bit overkill. Come on.
it I actually looked at it as closely as I could because that I'm well, as you can tell, I like the spaceships. I mean, I play
Mm-hmm.
space engineers way too much trying to
Ye-
build Star Wars ships. Um, it kind of looked like it was a shotgun blast.
Yeah,
Like
it did.
it hit the front of the supremacy, but then just turned into a cone and just wham, shotgun.
Yep. Oh yeah,
So I did like that.
I definitely
But
like
at the,
that.
but at the same time, I'm like, we just got this massive ship, and you just blow it up like this. So I am kind of hoping that the First Order, realizing we need this ship, start fixing this thing. Just
Mm-hmm.
cannibalize the wing section that's now drifting a couple kilometers away from us.
Yep.
Reattach it.
Let's get some space engineers on this thing right now. But there's one thing I noticed in the movie. I don't know why. I just like noticed it so fast, or why I even noticed it. Not R2D2. R2D2 is awesome. C3PO.
Yep.
His arm's not red anymore.
Oh yeah. I didn't notice that. Like,
Yeah,
was it just me, or was R2 or 3PO not in this a lot?
they weren't in it a lot at all. R2D2 had less screen time than C3PO.
Yeah. Which kind
And
of pissed me off. But
yeah.
when he entered, the way he entered
Mm-hmm.
with Luke, oh, that scene where he projects the "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi."
Yes, that was so good.
Like, Luke is like, I'm not you. I can't. I don't know how to make you understand, buddy. And then he just projects that. My entire, I'd say there were 500 people in my audience, easy, because I think I was in one of the larger auditoriums, but
Mm-hmm.
everyone, and when I say everyone, I mean everyone, just went like you heard a collective
Yep,
intake
yep.
there. Like it. First time I saw. Well, I say first time. I've only seen it once, but I do plan to see it again.
Yep.
When everyone saw that, like, you heard a few sobs, like "Oh my god," and
Mm-hmm.
I could feel my eyes watering. Like, I was genuinely wow. Like,
I was really glad they put that in. I was like, wow, this is
like, it's
great. That
tied
just
to the
hits him where he lives. Oh
oh,
man.
it did, and
Uh,
then some.
Yeah, what did he say to R2?
Basically, oh, R2 was making his beeps, and then Luke's like, "Hey, language, sacred island."
I remember that. That was great. Hey, watch your language. Language.
It's a
Oh,
sacred island.
happy beeps.
No,
was-
that was Poe to
Yeah.
BB-8.
Yeah. That's was that at the very beginning? He's just like, all right, happy beeps.
Although I did like the First Order Dreadnought, now that we go back to the beginning, where you see that commander that, like, he looks like he's been in a lot of battles. He's that gun-ho reserved. Like, he
Mhm.
knows he has a job to do, but at the same time, he's not stupid. He's not oblivious. Like, no, he's targeting our point defense systems.
Yeah.
And I did like how when he sees his ship is blowing out from him, he just looks like he takes that deep breath, like he's preparing himself for the immediate death.
Yep.
And it's like you see everyone on the bridge of that dreadnought die, and then everyone's celebrating, but then you're reminded, oh shit, there were a lot of lives lost.
Mhm.
And it's like,
And Leia even said that and saw that. Just saw like how many people died just to take out Dreadnought. But I'm like, do you know how many people are on that freaking Dreadnought?
yeah. I
I'm
do
like,
how
I'm
they're-
pretty sure you kind of even the odds with those losses, but still, I definitely
I
could
do-
understand her. Like, we just
Yeah.
lost 30 people.
I do like how they're not glorifying war in
Yeah.
the new trilogy. Like, you see death on both sides now.
Mhm.
It's not the rebels blowing up another Star Destroyer and it's like, hooray! Now you see people are dying on both sides.
Yeah.
It is not glorious.
And people are selling weapons on both sides
exactly.
to the
Well,
bad guys
technically-
and the good guys.
technically, the arms dealers aren't picking a side. They're just
Yep.
selling whoever has the money.
And
So-
same with the broker.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh
he just
God.
he was just a guy. Yeah, I was like, I don't know about this guy. This guy is sketchy. He
When
did.
they're captured, you're just like, you know, he's gonna cut a deal, and then sure enough,
Mm-hmm.
at first I thought he was an undercover agent, like they were supposed to run into him,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's like, nope, he just cut a deal, and it's like, called it.
Yep.
But when
What?
the
I stole it. We stole it.
yep. But then when you had the walker start shooting, but it turns out it was BB-8. I
Oh my
kind of
gosh! I
hope,
was like, I'm done with this movie. I was so done. I was like,
I
this
kind
is
of hope,
BS. This
yeah, I
stupid
kind of hope
droid
that.
can do everything.
Oh, that scene where he's trying to fix Poe's weapons, like you just see all these arm attachments. I'm just like, how many of those things do you have?
I knew what was gonna happen. We started like poking the holes up. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be great. And he just
And then you
rams
see,
it with
like,
his head.
yeah, like you see 20 arm appendages come out from this one main arm, and you're just like, how many of those things do you need? And is this what it's used for?
Right? Yeah, that
Oh,
that stupid droid. I love it and I hate it so much. One when he was doing when he was in the ATST, I was like, "Who's in this stupid drawer in the vehicle? Who's in it?" And
I
then
was
when
kind
the
of
thing
hoping.
breaks open, I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me!
Yep. I
There's
was kind of
no
hoping.
way."
I was kind of hoping it was the slicer, like
Oh
get a
yeah, yeah,
change
yeah.
part. Like I was so hoping, but then it's like, wait, it kind of doesn't fit his character. Then you see the Walker tar or the cockpit part just rip off, and you're just like, oh,
Oh,
really?
yeah. It was still cool, and also I call him Darth BB-8.
So what?
The other droid that looks like BB-8.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his name.
I don't know. Remember his name? I don't know. I didn't even know if he
They
had
didn't
a
even
name or
say
not.
his name. We only
But
know that from what was released.
uh, was it a book?
Yes. I'm going to the. I don't know about you, but I'm actually looking on the wiki for names. Otherwise, people get triggered. His designation was BB9E.
9E.
He was still a member of the BB series, which is
Okay.
the. I do like how we saw BB-8's head get ripped off from that explosion, but
Yeah.
magnetically comes back. Yeah.
Oh man, I definitely enjoyed the battles, space and ground battles in this. I think it
And
was.
I know people are gonna liken episode 8 to The Empire Strikes Back just because the walkers, but at the same time it's like, what do you think is gonna happen? There's only so many ways that
Well,
ground
I mean,
battles
that's
can
our
happen.
main way of doing it, is
Yeah,
bringing down the
walkers.
walkers and the ATSTs and um. But actually, we could kind of skip to the end where we get to the ground battle, and you see the new what people are calling the gorilla walkers,
Yep.
and I definitely agree with the name
Mm-hmm.
because it's I'm like, yeah, I can see that. But you have the mixture. I'm actually looking at a photo right now. It's a mixture there on the ground battle. You see the gorilla walkers, but you also see the AT-ATs.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, son. Oh,
Yeah.
dang. It's literally like 3 to 4 times the size of an AT-AT. I'm like, how
In
many?
terms of mass.
Yeah, in terms of mass. And I'm like, what are you holding in that thing?
And then you see it's a giant fucking gun.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it should be called a BFG.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree with it, too. Oh,
Also,
man.
sorry to anyone who heard my stomach growl.
Yeah, I probably should eat, too. Oh, man.
Oh, well, we are getting pretty close to almost an
Oh, my
hour.
gosh.
And,
It's almost an hour. Okay, let's try finishing this up. So,
well,
um,
I know we're missing a lot of things, but
yeah.
that's only because I saw this a while ago, I have an Imperial meeting to attend to, and as I told you,
Mm.
I'm fairly high ranking, so I have to prepare for that.
Yeah.
But I know everyone, we're missing a lot of things in the comments. Good God, I am tired.
Yeah.
I know we're missing a lot of things that was in the movie, but there are just some things that really stood out. And as I'm sure you've noticed, we talk about one thing which led to another, which
Mm-hmm.
would lead back to something else, which it
It just
yes, it's all
mixed
over
up.
the place. I
Yes.
know one thing you and I should definitely do
Mm.
is after we watch it again. I probably won't be able to watch it again though until possibly January when if I see it with my mom because
Mm-hmm.
um I don't know how big me as a person, um, I know it didn't hit on me until I saw the um, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. The first Star Wars movie I ever saw was obviously Episode One when it first came out when I was
Mm-hmm.
7,
Same.
and I saw every Star Wars movie in theaters with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Episode no, Rogue One was the first movie that didn't happen. I saw that with my dad.
Yeah.
This movie was the first movie I ever saw by myself, with no friends, no family, by myself. So it kind of, so I was still kind of, wow.
Yeah. I think it was
I,
same with me. This is the first time I ever watched a Star Wars movie just by myself for the first time.
yeah.
But really quick, I want to go on this one thing before we have to go, and it's Luke at the very end, where
Oh,
he magically appears at this base, at this old rebel base, which still has
I
its
did,
defenses, still has its wall and everything,
I
and
did like how some of the resistance fighters are like, how did he get in here?
yeah,
And it's like, hey, it's a legend. But yeah, I did like how there was another entrance. But we didn't know that Luke didn't actually come from there.
yeah, right,
Because, as I was saying earlier, force projection,
mm-hmm.
it kind of looks like it's a really powerful force ability, but at the same
Very
time, it,
strenuous,
like, I both liked symbolically, but at the same time, I didn't like that Luke died. Like,
yeah,
I mean, he did pass on into the force, like what we saw with
Obi-Wan,
and Yoda,
yeah,
especially Yoda when he
especially
closed
Yo,
his
yeah, when he
eyes,
died and just became clothes.
and
Um,
then his cloak just floats off into the literally the sunsets.
yeah,
Like it was poetic, where we saw the twin suns setting from Octu, which would explain why the planet is seemingly oceanic and tropical.
yep,
But like it was like now Rey is the last Jedi.
yep.
So
I
I
am
did kind
not
of
the
like the
last
poetic
Jedi. Focus to Rey. But
and but it does show you how powerful Rey is. Like she's not even concentrating like we see Yoda or Luke in Episode 5 trying to lift the X-wing. Like she's smiling, like she's looking at the people, and yet the rocks are all lifting everywhere and then moving for them to actually come to her.
mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, we have to talk about Finn though, how he progressed.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely need to talk about him. I don't.
Uh,
There's also one little thing about the whole side story of him and Rose, which is the Asian woman.
yeah.
Didn't really like her. But go ahead with Finn.
Well, I did kind of like her, but at the same time, how she's jumping to conclusions without hearing Finn out, it's like, in the real world,
Women.
unless it's life threatening, you hear them out. I mean, he's stunned. Like, he's saying,
Yeah.
I can't feel my teeth. What did you stun me with?
Yeah, right.
I did like how he progressed from he's not really running away from the fight, he's trying to lead them away, like Rey away from the battle,
Mm-hmm.
because he has the thing on his wrist that lets Rey know where they are in the galaxy.
Yep.
But for him to progress to, I'm going to kamikaze this siege cannon, which I kind of was on the fence the entire time. Like, it's not a good send off. Like, I do like the guy, but at the same time, it does fit his character. Like,
Yep.
he went from I want to run away from everything to I'm gonna save everyone.
Exactly.
Like,
I thought he was gonna die. I truly thought
honestly
he
expected,
was
like,
going to.
I
I was like,
really
oh my
thought that
gosh,
he's-
they're just gonna
then-
kill him off here.
And then Rose just rams him out of the way, and it's like, what?
What? Gosh dang it,
Took
woman.
this away from me. Like,
Oh.
I was prepared for him to die, and then it
Yep.
just, and you're just
He
like,
was taken away from me.
but I do like that
He
they
does
did keep him alive.
Yeah, and then Rose was, you actually think she dies as well, and apparently Rose had a thing for Finn. She kisses him and then just passes out, and I thought she was dead. I was like, sweet. That's a horrible way saying that. I'm not nagging on the actress. I think she did a fantastic job. I think it's just the character was
Yeah.
kind of forced into the story a little bit. Now, if there was more time to have like backstory and other stuff like that, sure, I definitely would accept her. But right now, I'm just like, okay, whatever.
wouldn't
But I
say-
have to talk about Luke. At one point where he takes off his cloak, he's wearing his black uniform again,
Yeah.
and Kylo Ren is just like, get every gun to fire upon that man. And for me, when he's walking out, I'm like, Luke's gonna die like a bitch. Excuse the language, but I'm just like, Luke's gonna die like a bitch.
I did like Hux though, where he just looks at Kylo like, what?
Yeah, right.
And,
And the
right,
first
like,
fire.
What was it? Like 1 or 2 minutes of sustained fire, and then Hux is like, "Do you think we got him?"
Yeah. I was like, that's great. But the first shot that hit him, I was like, he died like a bitch. He's gone. That's how he died. And then they just keep firing for what you said, 2 minutes straight, just consecutive. Everyone just and then Kylo is just like more, and they're kind of just looking behind their shoulder and like, okay, and they start powering it more and more and more power, and
then you see Luke just walk away, like
yeah,
seemingly walk unscathed, even though it was a projection. But at the same time, to just see him do that, it adds to
wipe
the
on his shoulder. Nope. I was
Oh,
like,
I
what
love
is
that
this?
part. Like he just does that little a little speck of dirt.
Yep. I'm just
Then
like,
Hux is-
how did he do that? Because there was two predictions I had when he was walking out. Either A, he was gonna die like a bitch, or B, he was literally gonna get his lightsaber out and deflect all the blasts.
I was hoping he would do that, but what we got was so much better.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the look on everyone's face, like he's alive. What?
Yeah.
And then
See
how
you around,
Hux is like-
kid.
And how Kylo's like, take me down to him, and Hux is like, what are you? And then like Kylo just bitch slaps him into the console, and then the pilot's like, okay, setting you down right now.
Mm-hmm. Right now, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And then they do their little fight, but it's not really a fight. It's more like Kylo's just going out of rage, and Luke is literally just dodging the entire time because he doesn't want to get hit. So he sees that, hey, I'm a projection. I love his line. He does an Obi-Wan on him.
Mm-hmm. And sure enough,
Strike me down with anger, and you'll. What was it?
I will be with you forever.
Yep.
Just like your father. And then that really sets Kylo off. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Shing.
that's when you're like, oh shit, he's that powerful. But turns out, yes, he was that powerful, but
He's not there.
well, the force projection was a very powerful thing.
Oh, yeah.
But it did, like, I think, drain him too much to the point where it's like, you know what, my legend is done. People will remember this, and now Rey can pick up where I failed. To me, it does seem like that was his redemption. Like,
Yeah.
he one man against the First Order to let everyone else go.
Yep.
Like, that's what I think is what is going on. So it both works, but at the same time, yes, I wanted him to use his lightsaber, even though if you looked at it, it looked as if it was Anakin's,
Mm-hmm.
like the old one. That was
Because you don't see the
coincidentally,
green lightsaber except in the flashbacks.
yeah. And then you see, like, I kind of hoped he would deflect those shots back
Yep.
at the walkers, and it's
Mm.
just like, mm. But at the same time, it does fit.
It did.
Although I think we do have a new Matrix style.
Oh
Thing
yeah,
with
yeah.
it.
He definitely did that. I completely forgot about it. He does a little Matrix move. Oh, that was
Dodging the
great.
lightsaber
Oh
while
yeah.
going forward, like
Mm-hmm.
sliding on. I will say though, I do like the the new planet. Like, I want to know what material that is. The red stuff.
Yeah. I
What?
think they said it was salt or something like that.
No, no, no. The top layer is salt, but the
Oh,
red
okay.
crystal.
The crystals
I
and
want
stuff.
to know
Yeah.
what material that is because I did actually go onto the wiki afterwards because
Mm-hmm.
I think I missed a book or two or a comic. I don't read the comics, unfortunately. Too much money,
Yeah.
but it did that. That rebel base was actually a mine, so I want to
Yeah.
know what exactly are they? What was being mined there? What is that red substance? Because I like resources. I
Yeah.
like knowing
Right.
things. I like
Resources.
looking
You know. Space engineers.
anyone who, yeah, anyone who's new to the channel, you'll see a lot of space engineers where I go over the top with my mining ships. I like, for me in Star Wars, I like the political, the economic, and the military aspects. Yes, I like the Jedi and Sith because, hey, the dark side is everywhere.
Hey,
Anyway,
lay it die.
but ultimately, my specialty lies in the space and ground battles, mainly space, and the economics with some of the politics. Just because it's like, come on, Sidious manipulated everything, but mainly, yeah, the economics and all that, and yeah. So,
Yeah. Right.
okay,
I think we have to wrap this up. So.
I think I'm at an hour.
Yep, I'm at an hour and 2 minutes right now. So we're gonna have to wrap this up. Final verdict for this.
I liked it.
I really liked it. I enjoyed it, especially because I didn't see any of the trailers, and that actually kept a lot of spoilers away from me. I was smiling all the way through. I would definitely give
I was
this
curious.
a 7 out of 10 for story wise, and a 10 out of 10 for just not just sound effects, but special effects and all that good stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
Story wise, I probably say 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard a lot of the fan theories, so I got a lot of 180s in
Yeah.
my mind. Like, that wasn't supposed to happen. But then again, what is supposed to happen with a fan theory?
Right. It's just a theory, a fan theory, and slap.
Slap across the face. Wake up, bitch.
Wake up. Yeah. So
Although,
yeah.
as for CGI, I'd say 11 out of 10.
That's-
Special effects.
Yeah.
For me, especially with the space battles.
Oh yeah, it's just beautifully done.
The explanation of how shields work, like snub fighters can fit through where the ray shield is. So
Mhm.
a lot of those mods that people are going, the shields aren't touching the hull. That's not how it works.
Yep.
The shield is projected away from the ship, which does make some sense.
Yeah.
But- Yeah.
So
Story wise, I'd say 8 out of 10. CGI 11. Character development.
that was
7.5.
lacking.
Like there were a lot of good things, but also a lot of bads and a lot of missed opportunities. But again,
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah. I'm sorry guys, this took like a freaking hour to do, but hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please come and like and subscribe to both of our channels
Down below in the description.
in the description. I'm trying to think of something else to say before we go. Honestly, yeah, just I loved it. I definitely suggest you guys go out and watch it. Well,
He's
if
gonna
you've
see it
seen
3
this, if
times.
you're watching this, you've already seen it. If you haven't, you're an idiot.
Hopefully.
You're a complete. Okay, I'm not gonna call you an idiot. I'm sorry.
I can already say right now, I'm gonna have maybe 4 spoilers like typed out in the thumbnail right now. Like
Oh yeah, it's gonna be spoiler on just on the screen itself. When people are
So,
watching it, I'm just like, it's just spoiler. And every
all
time
right.
there's another someone says spoiler, I'm gonna put another spoiler on it.
Anyway, I have an Imperial meeting to get to in a role playing
Alright.
game.
Now I have a resistance meeting to get to, which is
Hey.
the movie. So,
God.
anyway,
Yeah,
guys, we'll see you
gonna
next
see it
time.
for a 3rd time.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.